Are you ready for the next story? Here we are, you and me, by the desert fire. The wind whispers, the flames dance, and the sand is quiet. Listen closely. I have a story for you. It's not about me, nor you. It's about a man, a road, and a motel that should not exist. The sun burned like a molten flame above the vast American desert. The asphalt of Route 66 stretched endlessly, straight as an arrow, cutting through red sand and scattered shrubs. There were no curves, no hills, only the shimmer of heat rising from the pavement, twisting the horizon. A man drove his old pickup, its engine humming steadily under the sun's harsh gaze. His hands were rough, calloused from years of driving, gripping the steering wheel with a tense focus. His eyes stayed fixed ahead, scanning the horizon, yet seeing nothing new. He didn't remember when the journey had begun, or why he had set out at all. All he knew was the road. All he knew was the road. The road and the heat, and the endless, empty sky above. The silence of the desert pressed against him like a living thing. Even the engine's hum felt small, swallowed by the vastness around him. Every mile looked the same. Faded road signs pointed to towns that might not exist anymore. Broken fences leaned against the wind. Dead bushes trembled and shifted, carried by invisible cur. Sometimes he thought he had passed the same stretch twice. The road seemed to loop on itself, mocking him, teasing him with repetition. But the desert gave no answers. Only the sun, only sand, only silence. He adjusted the rearview mirror again, half expecting, hoping for a sign of life. A shadow? A moving figure? Something human? But the mirror reflected only the road behind him, glimmering in waves of heat. Even the distant mountains seemed to sway, rising and falling like ghosts in the haze. He sipped water from a bottle, tasting grit with every swallow. The old radio crackled, static, then a fleeting melody, then silence again. He laughed softly, almost to himself. Even the music was lost here. He wondered if anyone could ever get lost in a desert like this and not be swallowed by it. As the hours dragged on, the sun began to lean westward, stretching long shadows across the dunes. The heat softened, replaced by the dry warmth of late afternoon. The sand turned golden, almost glowing, and every rock, every ridge took on new shapes in the fading light. He found himself noticing details he would have missed otherwise. A jagged rock shaped like a skull, a tumbleweed rolling across the asphalt, the faint rustle of desert creatures hiding in the brush. His thoughts wandered further. Had he left something behind? A life? A person? A home? Or was he running from something within himself, from choices he refused to confront? Every mile blurred into the next. Every mile was a mirror of the one before, and every mirror reflected the man he barely recognized. Far ahead, a flicker of light caught his eye. Red, blue, red, blue. A neon sign buzzing faintly even through the desert haze. Motel 239. It seemed to call him, the road itself leaning toward it, urging him forward. But he didn't know if he wanted to follow it or feared it. Then he saw her, a girl standing alone on the side of the road, her arm lifted. A thumb pointed toward the highway. She wanted a ride. He slowed, squinting to read her face, her eyes. Something inside whispered stop. But he didn't. He pressed the gas and passed her by, leaving her small figure behind, shrinking in the rearview mirror. A weight pressed into his chest. Every choice had a cost, a price he could not yet understand. The pickup rolled to a stop before a rusted gate. Behind it, Motel 239. The neon sign buzzed, its colors pulsing faintly. The parking lot was empty. Dust hung in the air like a memory. Doors rattled on their hinges. Numbers were half broken, paint peeling from boards sun-baked to gray. He stepped out, boots crunching on coarse sand. The wind pushed against him, almost like a warning, but he moved forward. The entrance door creaked open by itself. No one. Only a narrow corridor. Flickering lights. Carpets faded and threadbare. Walls stained and cracked by time. Each step echoed, too loud, as if the building were listening. In the pocket of his jacket, he felt a key. He didn't remember putting it there. The tag read 106. The lock clicked, the door swung open. Inside, the room was small and austere. A bed with sheets yellowed with age. Curtains stirred with the draft. A single lamp buzzed faintly, casting weak shadows on the walls. On the knitstand lay a photograph. He picked it up, feeling the cold glass. A young man, perhaps 20, standing in another room, smiling faintly, but the smile offered no warmth. An enigmatic presence. The man did not know him, and yet a cold weight settled in his chest as he stared. His hand trembled. The frame rattled softly. Confusion. Questions. Who was this boy? Why was his photo here? And why did the wallpaper in the photo match exactly the walls of room 106? The door clicked shut behind him. He turned. No one. Silence. Heavy. Suffocating. The neon buzz outside. The whisper of wind through cracks. The faint creak of the building. These were the only sounds. He sat on the edge of the bed, gripping the photo. The Motel 239 was no refuge. It was a beginning, and he had already stepped too far inside. That was the first step into Motel 239. Do you want to know what happened next? Stay close to the fire. There are many more nights ahead.